Right, I've just started recording the start of this video, but I'm a dick and I forgot that I shouldn't be saying the actual girl's name, who we're calling Amy. So anyway, I just spilled orange juice on me, what? Right, I've just got orange juice all over me now. So anyway, this is the story of when I had a fight. So Amy and Tia, right? Tia was my best friend from December of year 7, and so we got close. And then this is like year 8. I was 13. Yeah, like I was 13 because it was the summer where we were going into year 9, just before anyway. And so me and Tia were good mates, and we were all like I became friends with Amy because Amy busted my lip in RE, and so I had a bottle in my mouth. She smacked into my mouth, and she bust my lip, and we ended up becoming friends for some reason. I don't know why. Oh god, that sounds kind of horrible, but yeah, I don't know why we ended up being friends, but we did. And then we went to France together with school, and the one song that reminds me of that is Social Casualty by 5 Seconds of Summer, because I'd never heard it before, but 5 Seconds of Summer had put it on a B-side, which is irrelevant, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so we listened to that all the way there because she had a dual adapter and we sat next to each other. We got close because of it, but I'd kind of not, Tia and Amy weren't really friends together. It was like because of me that we ended up being friends. So anyway, we get back from France, everything's going great, but then I introduce Tia and Amy. Now, I might get this mixed up because I've got like a bit of a hazy memory. My memory's awful, and I might get this wrong in some bits, but entertainment. So anyway, we get back and Tia and Amy start being like really good friends, and me being really jealous because Tia is one of my first ever decent, good best friends, because I've had like no friends properly in primary school because I was a bit of a fucking loser. Still am, but you know. And so, yeah, Tia and Amy start getting close, and they start doing like these things at school called scholars, which is something that happens in a morning. And so they would walk to school together, and do scholars. Now me and Tia used to walk to school every day, apart from Wednesdays or something when she'd do scholars and then I'd do scholars. God knows why I did scholars. But this was like the build up to it. So, and then I accused Tia and Amy of both lying to me because I got told that me and Tia could only walk to school 1 day a week, and that really annoyed me. Because when you're in year 8, that really annoys you that you can't walk with your best friend to school. And so, anyway, moving on. I end up being like, why have you been lying to me? Why have you been doing this? It's probably my fault in the beginning that we all fell out, but then I go on and I move on to a new friendship group, which is kind of difficult in my school because my school is like really small. So I go off to another friendship group that, like, I never admitted to them. We didn't get along. Like, our two groups didn't get along. And so Amy, like, me and Amy fell out more than me and Tia did, but I felt, now this might not be the truth because Amy might be watching, but I felt like Amy put me and Tia against one another and made lies and said things that she said this about you and oh my god she said this about you, like putting us against each other so then she could be friends with just each one of us. I don't know, but what came from this was that Tia was out of the picture, but Amy would then started going and telling these girls stuff that I'd said about them, like she started like spreading things, and she was saying things that I never even said about them in the first place. Like, I can't remember what was said, but this is like the general idea. And so I got really annoyed. And then anyway, one day I was out with my friend Cody, that is his name. I was out with Cody, and he takes, like, all day we've been talking about like what had been going on, because it had been really annoying me. We'd just gone like out on the bus to town, and oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Right, one sec. Right, and so we go into town, and he takes Amy's phone number out my phone and texts her, and he's like, yeah, Casey's putting your phone number all over social media. So I get a text back from her, and she's annoyed at me. We're arguing over the phone. And so then Cody has my phone, right, organises a fight with her, and I'm like, what? So it's organised on a thing called Turkey Hill at school. Turkey Hill's the big hill that we all used to go sit on. However, I didn't get to experience that this year because, like, got shut down, you know, school. But anyway, so God, so he organises this fight, and comes to Monday. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I've never had a fight before, and I'm fighting this girl. And so we're stood there. She's eating grapes. Amy's eating grapes, and we walk along. I'm waiting there, just waiting. Mr. Sanchez is doing his rounds. The first video is probably my favourite. So Amy, I keep nearly saying her name. Amy then comes across, and we're stood there, and a girl pushes me into her, and I take this as an opportunity to start going. And then Mr. Sanchez, who's doing his rounds, is like, stop, stop, and pulls me off her. So anyway, we then go to get sent to the head of year, and we both come up with this story, and it completely works. Like, I was like, yeah, there was a rumour going around that we were meant to be having a fight, but it wasn't. It was because we had an argument, but now we're friends, and we were just doing, like, going over scenes for the school play. And the teacher was like, I had to stop recording because I said a name. But anyway, yeah, the teacher was like, I don't remember there being any fight scenes in the play. And then Amy was like, no, it was like, it was people started pushing us because they thought it was, they crowded around us. And she was like, okay, because neither of us wanted to go into isolation, really. So we were going to get out of it if we could. And, what happened? Yeah, so from this, when we got let off the hook and we were allowed back into the 2 last lessons, this happened at lunchtime, and she was like, Regent Park after school. So I'm like, okay, let's go. So I walk around school. I'm like, oh yeah, Regent Park after school. It's fine, Regent Park after school. So anyway, school finishes, and I'm walking, and we'd arranged, I didn't expect anybody to show up, but we'd arranged that she would go back to Amy's house, go back to Tia's house and get changed. Amy was going to go get changed, and I was going to go get some food because I was hungry. So that didn't happen. I walk out of school, and this road is packed full of kids on either side, like more than usual. I turn around and I'm like, what have I just done? What have I just done? So anyway, we're walking along, and everybody's like, where are you going? Where are you going? To Amy. And I'm stood there. I've taken my tie off. I've taken my jumper off. We're not going to get in trouble with school. This girl keeps a jumper on. With the school logo on, she keeps a jumper on. And I'm like, and her brother's there as well. So anyway, get to it. There's this massive build-up. Somebody recorded the whole build-up. Oh my god. And it's like, and she walks up. I'm stood there and I'm like, awkward as anything. Like, awkward. And then, lots of people are recording. There's this massive circle. And, anyway, this boy called Jack, he's like, and then walks away like as if a thing. And then Harry McKee's like, my tea's at 5 come up. So I look and laugh, and then she goes like that, and I'm like, so I pick her up, smack her down, and then I can't really remember what goes on. Well, I can, but I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, you know, and then this man with his dog walks up, and he's like, right, stop it. And so I get off her, and I get up, and I'm like, dirtiest look on that. And she's there, and her brother picks her up, and I walk away. And then I'm walking back with like this group of girls to my house, because I'm literally like 30 seconds away from home, and I see the head teacher and Mr. Italic, or whatever his name is, who's like the camera guy who watches the cameras, and yeah, they're all looking for us. Oh boy, it was funny. But yeah, I've just realised that's been in the whole shot for the past 3 minutes, but yeah, and that was my first and only fight. The other fight I got into, it wasn't really a fight because I didn't like fight. I lost anyway. But yeah, I'm not adding in the video to the end because I don't want this to be like banned, but hopefully I'll do some more story times about events that happened in my life. So, bye.